And in case you haven't heard and you're interested, when they did the big preview screening in New York City, they did a Q&A afterwards with Stephen Moffat and the other execs and the cast and whatever, Murray Gold. And so somebody mentioned, one of the fans said something about, well, you know, the 50th anniversary is just 2 years away, and Moffat said, we're well aware of that, and we have things planned. We have things in the works. Yeah. So something major is, they will not let 50 years go by without
well, if you
marking
remember,
it.
David said something at the con, when he's at Comic-Con, and he says, this is not an announcement, but he was saying, you know,
he made some offhand remark
about the anniversary.
Well, the only thing that we know for sure is that Eccleston won't do it.
Yeah,
that came out in an interview this past week, or a week and a half ago, and that didn't surprise me at all. I don't think he'll ever associate himself with Doctor Who again.
No.
He did it the 1 year, and that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
And he did it to work with Russell again. That was all. Yeah. So, and that's fine. I mean,
I actually liked him. I kind of wish he'd done 2 years.
Yeah.
He was the one to bring it back.
Exactly. I mean, I think he was key for that. I think, you know, he really helped bring it back, but I think Tennant's what sold it.
Oh, completely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Completely. Because Tennant really got the core of the character, the essence of that, you know, kind of developed from Patrick Troughton, really.
He was a fan's kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact he walked into the audition with, what am I going to wear? I mean, he flat out said, I mean, because to him, he had already had the part. He got the part.
Right.
Just walking in, and he wanted to know what he would be wearing. I mean, that just says something right there.
The interesting thing is that I think that Matt Smith really gets the character too, but he didn't grow up with the show and doesn't really know anything about it until he was cast. They said, go watch some old stories, go watch some Patrick Troughton and stuff. And I think that he's such a bizarre character that his friends in college, he loves scarves, called him Doctor Who because he was so
nice,
enigmatic and so quirky and wore the scarves. So I think he's just sort of got it innately, whereas David has it from indoctrination, having grown up with it.
Apparently Matt's roommate or flatmate or something at the time that he got the part had been watching the Tennant shows. Yeah. Because he would sat down to watch with him, and he was like having to sit on his hands because it was over. He found out right before the Christmas time.
Oh yeah.
You know, and he was like watching this Christmas thing with his friends, and he was like, "Oh, this is just misery."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the thing wasn't released for like another 10 days. Yeah. So, yeah. But the funny thing is that Doctor Who Confidential, where they announced the new Doctor, is the highest rated Doctor Who Confidential of all the seasons. It was like had some massive number of viewers.
Right.
And I was dubious when I first heard the news. I was like, oh, he's too young.
No.
But
I had seen those.
I was willing to be convinced.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I had seen those things he did with Billy Piper.
Yeah.
Those things. I had downloaded those off the internet.
Shadow of the North, whatever that thing's called.
Yeah. And so I could see that because that character, he's kind of quirky in that one.
Okay, yeah.
Well, did you see him in the other thing that they did together?
No, I've never seen that.
Secret Diaries of the Streetwalker, or whatever that shit was called. Where he, I know.
I'm not interested in seeing her like that. I just usually.
I want to see the show.
But he's one of her.
It was clients.
Yes.
What's still going on?
Yeah. I've liked what I've seen.
Yeah.
I just haven't had a chance to get the seasons on DVD. That's how I watch most of my TV, except for Doctor Who. But I won't talk about how I see that.
BBC America.
Yeah, BBC America.
I love BBC America.
I do too. I always have. Huh? What?
Huh?
What'd you say? Huh? Somebody motions to up here and then does this. Anyway, we are drawing near the end. We have about 6 more minutes. So if you have any questions or any comments.
I have a question.
Oh, okay.
For the panelists, because I think this is interesting. Who's your doctor?
Colin Baker. No one ever says that, but I started with the 5 doctors, so I kind of got introduced to 5 doctors all at one time. So regeneration was the very first thing that I learned about the show. So the first regeneration that I actually got to experience was from Peter to Colin, and I was so excited about having a new doctor come in, and I still love Colin. He's still my favorite doctor. I think he's terrific.
he did the best that he could with what they gave him.
Well, I don't think all the stuff he was given was that bad either. I
And
mean,
in audio, he's become one of my favorites.
oh, absolutely. What's that?
Of the trial of God.
I love every second of it. I'm not saying it's the best story ever, and it makes a lot of sense, and a lot of the threads didn't get tied up and everything, but I still love it.
David Tennant.
I figured you were going to say that.
I'm a newbie, all right?
Right, exactly.
Practically a virgin.
Well, David Tennant's responsible individually for a hell of a lot of newbies.
Yeah.
Yes,
He
yes, he
has
is.
really transformed the show and its profile.
Yeah,
I think.
I totally
So,
agree.
Tom?
And he's
No.
married into the
Okay.
family.
Peter Davison.
Yay!
He's my doctor, and when they did that, the time crash,
Oh my God, wasn't that
I was
fantastic?
in tears almost the entire time because it just was like, just the homage they paid
I agree.
Doctor Who and just the Fifth Doctor in general
Absolutely.
was just amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for the 50th anniversary.
I know.
I just can't wait. So come to Timegate because we're going to plan stuff for the 50th anniversary too. I've already got.
When is time date?
Well, Timegate
It's
is
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, in May 27th and 29th.
It's here.
I have. Obviously we have all our guests and everything for this year. I already have guests, two guests lined up for 2013 for the 50th anniversary. So we're working on stuff already.
Nice.
I can't even tell you exactly who I've got booked for next year, but I will tell you that there are two people who have worked heavily in the new series on all 3 shows. Doctor Who, Torchwood, and Sarah Jane.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
There's a Torchwood panel tomorrow, right?
No,
Sunday morning at 10
Sunday
o'clock.
morning
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock.
That I'm running, and I can't entirely promise you that I'll be here awake for that.
Who in the hell?
I didn't schedule it.
At 10 a.m. on
Yeah.
Sunday. We gotta talk, love.
Yeah.
Actually, Scott scheduled you for that.
Okay.
I want the coffee IV before it starts.
But anyway, I
So-
was gonna tell you that we have a giant card for John Berman and his partner Scott that we're gonna take over at the end of the year. We're going to Panto and Glasgow again, and so it's a season's greetings and happy anniversary card because their partnership date is Boxing Day. So we made it big because the idea is that
Room
it's
for
from
lots of
all
signatures.
from a whole bunch of fans in the U.S. So we'll bring it to hopefully on Sunday,
Okay.
and we're going to have it at the Outlaws party tomorrow.
Okay.
So we want everybody to sign it. We're
That's
bringing
awesome.
it to Timegate, so
Okay,
more people
cool.
can sign it.
Very
See
good.
me, I'll give you something also to give them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like I did with Tenet, you know.
Yeah, that's actually in our bag, packed to go over.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Sunday morning at 10 o'clock is the Torchwood panel. If you want to hear me go on and on and on and on about what an amazing writer Russell T. Davies can be, I will talk a long time about Children of Earth, which I thought was the most brilliant television I have ever
will
seen.
have
I agree.
What's that?
You will have help.
I was-
I am streaming tears.
Oh my God.
I was blown away by
Brilliant.
that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk, of course, a lot about the new series, which is coming up on Starz and the BBC.
In July.
So,
In July.
yeah. So there you go. Thank you
And
all for
that's
hanging
in
out.
between the parts of Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did, I mean, like we get half of Doctor Who and then that's gonna come on.
Yeah.
And then the other parts
Right.
later.
All right.
And also,
Go.
if you want to relive this panel, I have recorded it. It will be podcast
Sweet.
in the next couple of weeks because I got to chop it up for the segments. But yeah, and I'll also be reporting the Torchwood panel as well.
Groovy. So
Yes.
thank you guys so much for hanging out till 11 o'clock. I really
Yes.
enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
What do you
Yay
mean
for
till
me.
11 o'clock?
How- I
That's
mean-
early. Some days
How
we're
many of
eating
you
dinner.
can say,
Send that hand.
don't interrupt me?
What's that?
I mean,
I
you can say
have
you
not
interrupted
finished
me.
it yet.
well,
but you sent me the changes.
Is that the only way
You sent
that
me a
I
new
know?
copy.
Yeah, there was only.
If-
Oh,